was ever a third party that shows can be said.
Hello everyone, how you all doing? My name is Ukela Prince and I'm glad to welcome you here to the Black Community Canada Television. Today I have a special guest with me in the studio because it's been a beautiful time, in the summer, when we come together and have some great events in the city, right in Toronto, around Ontario, and quite a lot of events that are actually happening. One remarkable event is the CPBI, Congress and Expo that happens annually, during this period. And today with me, I have the president of this very organization that has been of so much impact to our community. He's not here alone, but I have also the chief of staff of the Federal University of Environment and Technology, right in Sakpenwa River State, Ogoni River State in Nigeria. He's also here with us. That's no less a person than Dr. Godspower Imiete is here. And the president of the CPBI is also here in Ontario, our own esteemed Dr. Reginald Anyanwu. Doc, how are you doing? Congratulations for 2025
CPBI Congress. Thank you very much. And I want to appreciate your coming. We value your coming so much.
Thank you.
Your contribution, the BCCTV contribution, is so much appreciated. The world I've seen how you have been supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. And our own Dr. Godspower Imiete. Doc, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
Great to see you.
I have to receive this handshake.
Great to see you once again.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah. When you have chief of staff, you know what that means. So all of us are staff now. We are entering another level because our chief is here.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay, I will come to you, Dr. Imiete. Let me come to our own Dr. Anyanwu. Oh, so tell me. This year it was a beautiful event. Started on Monday, and getting to today is the last day, right? So, how was the experience? Looking at last year and where you are presently.
I must tell you, we give glory to God on the success we have gained in this one, in this conference. We thank God that God advanced us from what we did last year to what we did this year. It's awesome, and we have every cause to thank God. We had more speakers this time but than last year. We had more attendees this time, more than last year. We had more activities, a bigger exhibition stand this year, which means we are progressing. Actually, just like I always said, what we're trying to do in Canadian Pure Breed Institutions, International Congress and Expo is just we are building a brand. A brand that will stand the test of time over years, that will live after us. A brand that every summertime, August, if the world is channeling to Canada, the world is channeling to Toronto. And that's the brand we're building. People are getting us. The economy of Ontario is boomed by this movement of traffic of people coming into Toronto. Definitely, those people are coming with money. Just like Dr. Godspower came in, he came in with dollars to be able to participate in the conference.
He brought dollars from Nigeria?
Definitely. and of course, if you are running a conference, of course, money would most certainly. The hotel would take money, logistic, movement, and transportation. All this money coming in from outside the country. People coming from the United States with a US dollar coming in here is boosting the economy of Ontario.
Interesting.
And that is gladdening so that we are contributing to the development of Ontario government and everything. They're boosting the economy of Ontario. And other provinces are clamoring we should come to the province to run this program. But we said, no, let us consolidate. We have had a first one, second one, and third one in Toronto. A lot of people are wanting to other provinces. And in fact, other countries outside outside Canada wanting us to come and conduct this conference in their country. But we said no. Toronto want to boost the economy of Ontario, especially this time. The economy is competitive, so that is why we keep holding this.
No, last year when you had this, there was no tariff issue.
Yes.
Between the US and Canada.
Yes.
So in between then and this very edition, we've had this tariff issue. Yes. So how did it affect?
Now, if the funny thing is that it gladdens our heart that even people from the US, we had recorded more attendance from the US this year than we had last year.
Really?
Yes. So it's even in the time of crisis, no matter the tariff, no matter the whatever that is placed, people want to know, want to have increase their knowledge. People want to know. People want to acquire strategies. Plus, just the concept and the theme of this Congress was so exciting, and people want to know how can we institutionalize occupational health and safety in industries. So people are worried all over the world. They say we want to be part of this knowledge sharing. And they came and they saw and they learned the new concept, global best practices in occupational health and safety. And then if you look at the definition of institutionalization, is creating a norm or something that is conventional. That's what we want to make OHS to be conventional in industries. That's what we're talking in this.
So why are you so passionate about occupational health and safety? Why?
Now, the study done over occupational health and safety, if you go to the hospital, you're meeting your physician, the first thing the physician will ask you, what kind of job are you doing? That's the first thing a good physician asks a patient. Why does the doctor ask that? The doctor asks once you relate the symptom and signs and you are presenting to their work. Now, the science of survey, and of course, the godfather of occupational health, that was the concept introduced. Now, you find out that most of our time we spend it in industry or where we work. If you are sitting in an office for a while, you spend more time. People spend more time at work than in home. More living. We'll call it waking hour. Waking hour is the time you wake up from your house to the time you retire back to sleep. More of our waking hour is spent at work. So because our waking hour is spent at work, what could cause illness in our life, on our head, or can elongate or shorten our head is associated with the workplace. That is why the interest is. The concept that so we did a survey and we found out that some time ago, what was contributory to majority of people's health deviations were coming from their workplace, because we spent 80% of our working hour at work.
Wow.
And that's why we're interested in it.
Interesting. All right. Okay. It's good to know. Let me come to Dr. Imiete. Docs, first and foremost, how are you enjoying Ontario?
I'm having a great time in Ontario.
I can see.
Definitely.
Interesting. I believe Doc has been taking you to some locations that that would have loved and had a swell time.
Yes, just like you mentioned that the participants came with a lot of money, dollars, in order to boost.
I was about starting there. Why did I forget that? Because I wanted to say, because I have not seen the share of this dollar. And, because when you, Doc has already put you, in front. And he said you came with a lot. So.
Yes, of course, he didn't lie. He didn't lie. You may have not seen the physical aspect of the dollars, but contributing to the economy, it has trickled down to the economy. Because when I came in, apart from me using the Air Canada, which the end users or end product benefits the economy of Canada as their major airline, the hotel I paid, the water I've been buying all through, the food, you can name it, so on and so forth. He took us to some good vendors, clothes vendors. We bought clothes.
Wow.
That is part of the economy.
Right.
I've deposited something to help boost small-scale, medium enterprises.
Interesting.
Which goes down to the people that need it most. and relieve government, all because they pay tax one way or the other to the government to improve facilities.
Interesting. I love that. I love that concept. So that's actually beautiful, and that's what it is. Yeah. Now, let me come to you as the chief of staff, of a prestigious premier university in Nigeria. This university is just about maybe just a couple of months old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
A couple of months old. And I had a chat with the VC, and quite a lot that he tabled before me. I was wondering if he was already made a VC 1 year ago before his announcement. But he said the call came at a surprise. Now, you are the chief of staff. Can you provide an update on the university's progress since its inception, highlighting key achievements and challenges that you have faced?
Yes, like we all know, Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, graciously, I use the word graciously, because the Ogoni has been so synonymous with anything bad, crisis, oil theft, name it, killings over the years. And it will interest you to know that for 30-something years now, Shell has not done production in the Ogoni land. No. And all successive governments in Nigeria have been trying to see one way or the other to persuade the Ogoni. Ogoni is synonymous to environmental degradation, because in the land of Ogoni, if you dig up to 3 meters, you see fine crude oil that is saturated and degraded their environment have been. No crops, no agricultural produce, no fishing, it has affected. Successive governments have come trying to look for a way to go into exploration. The Ogoni people keep saying no. Clean up our environment, which led to the formation of HYPREP, the Hydrocarbon Cleaning Agency by the federal government. Now this government, led by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, felt no, you can't go into Ogoni land to talk about ameliorating their sufferings without providing government presence. And how do we provide government presence? Is to build a university which will not just grow the people, but a university will talk about this environment that has been so polluted, degraded, and struck off the livelihood of these people. In order addressing those environmental impact and degradation, you equally use education to educate them and employ them, engage them meaningfully. That led to the establishment of this premium university to talk more about the environment. And I stand to say that as of today in Nigeria, this is the first specialized environmental university and technology. There is no other one. And it was signed into law on the 3rd of February this year, 2025, by Mr. President. And graciously on the 30th of July, the principal officers and the governing council was announced or approved by His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And since then, the inauguration of this board, of these principal officers, was done on the 11th of August. But the VC, being a man that is well prepared, a professor of over 10 years, myself, a seasoned lecturer with the Rivers State University, and of the environmental department, we have been in the university systems for over the years. So when the call came to serve, we saw it as a national call for service, and it was swung into action. And I can bet you, we have made progress as we speak. Go to the TED Fund platform. You will find the name of the university already recognized there on the platform. You Google it. And you see, as we speak, is on the verge of approving 7 good faculties for the university to kick off.
You know, the prof, the VC mentioned quite a lot. He mentioned that, and he went so deep into that. So I would love if you could look at, talk to us about the strategic initiatives. Talk to me about the community development, plan. Making sure that all these areas are properly enhanced and there is effective running of this university.
Yeah. The VC is a famous environmentalist, a human resource specialist. His background is more of human resource, environmental human resource. And he's a man that has worked in Ogoniland for several years during his work with Shell. He knows every part of Ogoniland. He understands the people. He knows who the Ogonis are and what they want. And I can tell you, as part of that, he's setting up several centers of excellency. First, the Environmental Sustainability Center, the Industry and Productivity Engagement Center. These centers are being set up, one, to incorporate the host communities, reassuring them that despite the degradation, there are technology that this university will bring to resuscitate their land for cultivation. There will be agri demonstration farms that will involve the communities as partakers, as participants, to boost their local economy and encourage them in supporting the university. And bring science, technology to bear in their way of life, both in farming, fishing, and other productive technology to assist the local economy and the people of Ogoniland.
Interesting.
And change that narrative from Ogoni being known or synonymous with several bad things to a place where if you mention, oh, Ogoni, oh, is that where the university is? Oh, they are doing great. So that is his project.
From what you are seeing and experiencing, the Ogonis are embracing this.
Over impressive. In fact, let me share a story here. A week ago precisely, the present campus that the school will be taking off was a campus that belonged to the Rivers State University, which handed over that particular campus to the new university, or they ceded it to it, because it's entire, not just handover, it's a ceded, let me use that word, because it's a comprehensive handover. I know, and there were so grown weeds of over 10 feet thereabout height, more or less like a secondary forest. If you stand, another person stand within 3 meters, you won't see. Let me tell you what will amaze you. As the inauguration was done, we went there and we told the community that this is not what we are going to pay money for to ensure. But if they know that this is coming for good, they need to ensure that this compound is clean. Within 3 days, the entire community of Kera, that is the name of the community, and the neighboring village, Bodo Kera, mobilized youth, women, elders. And if I tell you, if you get to that campus today, that cleanup was done by the community. That will tell you how excited.
For free?
Yes.
For free.
Community participation and effort. That will tell you how excited the people are to receive the university and willing to support the university.
Now, as Chief of Staff, one thing that is actually pertinent when it comes to issues like this, local content, also, and personnel. So, how many percentage are we seeing the community having when it comes to this? You are the Chief of Staff.
Yes. Nigerian has a basic law that is called local content. It's a law of creation in Nigerian. And that law provides that from level 01 to 06 is a non-negotiable. it belongs to the host community. Yes. It's a basic...
Level 1 to 6.
Yes, it's a basic local content law in Nigeria. Like, for instance, for the oil companies, they have increased it to 70-30. 70% of any oil producing company in Nigeria must have 70% local based staff. So that local content is there. That local content component. Now, apart outside the 1 to level 6 that is not negotiable, that belong, but who are these level 1 to 6? Let us take a look at them. They are the cleaners, they are the security guards, they are the low-level secretaries. Those are the level 1 to 6. Now, apart from them, you have the 07, which are graduates and upwards. The qualification, yes, is a federal university which is supposed to have a federal character.
Yeah.
But you can't leave the local community, the state, out of it. So if you look at it, goes by the law, the local community, the local government, and the state stands a 70% chances of populating that workforce, while the 30% goes for the federal character. But I can assure you, Nigeria has laws to deal with that, and the local community stands a benefit to get what is due to them.
The local community has that chance to get what is due to them. Okay.
Yes.
On that note, we'll be going on a short break. So viewers, will be right back. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back, viewers. Dr. Imiete, thank you so much for the line of thought and also the narrative you have actually brought into this, which is, I think, beautiful enough. I would want you and Doc to, throw light on this, because I see that even before, sorry for that, before this involvement in this new university, there has been that synergy between you being part of the ROSU and the VC being part of the University of Port Harcourt with the CPBI here in Toronto. So quite a lot, has been going through. I think he happens to be the board of directors, as chairman board of directors, also in the St. Martha and all that. So is there a synergy? Maybe in just a few minutes, is there a synergy? Are we seeing some collaboration here and there? Because Prof, you have been lecturing even from here, Uniport, for quite some years and all that. So are we seeing?
Before I go into the synergy that is going to exist, is that
Doc, the way you're smiling is.
In fact, when I heard of the pronouncement of and the establishment of the Federal University of Environment, Science and Technology, and the appointment of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Reginald, I'm beginning to think people like us who I'm a Canadian, and though a Canadian, but born in Nigeria, I've not been in Nigeria for a long time, and we see Nigeria not doing well, and we see their policy not working. But the first time, after so many years, I was beginning to think that Nigerian government, headed by President Bola Tinubu, is beginning to take right by this establishment of this university and appointment of Professor Mom as a Vice Chancellor. That's the first time I'm beginning to say maybe they are beginning to think right. And because they are beginning to think right, one of the synergies, we are going to give them support. We're going to give the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria support. We're going to support the university to succeed using the authorities and concepts and ideas and whatever we have in the Western world. We want them to benefit that is good in the Western world to come through this university because they are beginning to think right. Mm-hmm. And we'll help them to get it right in this university. We have been, as a professor for World Bank and for some, also, we'll give them support. We'll give the university support. We're going to work together to make sure the dream of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in establishing this university come to pass. And the whole world, Africa, I think the last time I checked, is the first University of Environment in Africa. And we'll be working together to see that this Nigerian dream of enacting law to establish Federal University of Environment succeeds. So we're here to support that university succeed using the instrument we have in the Western world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Dr. Imiete, so over to you. Same question.
Yeah, you asked about synergy. You know, the world is a global room, not a village. Before it was a global village. But now technology has taught us that it's no longer a village. It's a global room. A room where you can sit and interact with someone far away, miles away from you. And you know, one of the good experience, and lucky enough, should I say that, before the university was established, we have come to forge partnership with CBI, and having forged that partnership and stakeholders of the institution, and knowing what experiences we have drawn from it, you can't over or underemphasize that relationship and that synergy. You know, one of the things that this will bring to the university is part of it is the exchange program. There is going to be an exchange program between two parties. There's going to be several MOUs to be signed. There are technologies they owned, they are accessible to, that the university will need. So there is going to be great synergy, respect, and collaborations. Maybe by next year, we'll send our staff to come and experience, have a feel of the Canadian way of doing. And by so doing, when they go back, you expose them in a different way of how students should be handled, how courses should be done. You have reawakened them, and for them to impact fresh ideas, Western ideas, inculcate it into the students. So there is going to be a great synergy. Look out for it.
So I think one major challenge that a lot of the higher institutions have, I think it is also in the facilities, talking about technology in communicating, knowledge and all that. So I think that has been one major challenge as well. So, but with the development of IT and all that now, AI and quite a lot of things that is making things, you said it's no longer a global village, a global room. How do you see this sustenance? Because one of the challenges we've also had, in Africa is maintenance. So how do you see all this being in place for this university that is, coming up with so much, bringing so much pride and before the people, being sustained in this level, making sure that when we go back in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years to check and see what's happening, we can be proud of what we started in 2025.
When you talk about sustenance, sustenance is a word. It's an action word, actually. It's not something you just throw. If you want to sustain a culture, you imbibe in that culture. You ensure the people knows what it takes to practice this culture. You have to let them buy into what you're building. That is the only way to sustain that very particular thing. For you to sustain a thing, you must train the people, you must give them knowledge, you must educate them about the importance of that thing you're putting into their hands. You must make them understand that these things must not die in their hands. It's like a vehicle. A good salesman will tell you that, look, I'm handing over this car to you. For you to enjoy this car, ensure in the morning when you wake up, check the tires, check the oil gauge, check the radiator. That is the only way for the pistons and the rings to keep having that friction that allows the motor to run. That is sustainability itself. Letting the people know this is your project. And if you do it this way, so when you build that culture in the people and the people have that buy-in, maintenance, sustainability will be a thing of a past. Whether you are there, you're not there, but it's a culture. And that is why I'm happy that the recruitment of the staffs will be done by the VC. So as they are doing, enough training will be given to them, and not just for instance for a start, but periodically keep reminding them of the new things, the new technology, and the new way of doing it. And sustainability will come.
Now, before I come to Prof, as we bring this to a close, one of the things that is so synonymous with some of our universities, especially the federal universities, is strike. I believe you're a member of ASU.
Well, I am, but in my university, ROSU, the former governor of Rivers State made it mandatory that ASU has never, as Rivers ASU, have never gone on strike. Because what are you going for? You're going to strike
but
because
there's solidarity when the national.
ROSU does not recognize that.
A legitimate reason.
No,
Do you think,
RS is out of it.
so would the federal university not respect that if the ASU national body has a reason why they are declaring a national strike?
Well, let me state this. Since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in, he's a man that understands what is called resource management and human capacity and building of the youth. This is the only government that have served for 2 years and we've not experienced ASU strike. All what ASU needed or we are demanding before his government is came in and looked at them and said, no. This cannot continue. He has delved into the matter. He has, as I speak to you, all pending issues of ASU have been resolved. Money is paid. So ASU has no reason of going to strike. Workers are no longer owed as it were. We'll talk about school fees and students rioting. He brought in the NEL Fund, which is the National Student Fund, loans. He has been giving them, as I speak to you before, we left Nigeria, over 400 and something thousand students have benefited. So what are you striking for?
Well, we pray for sustainability. That's our prayer because it doesn't really help anyone, all right? Yes. And partly or majorly, when you hear ASU in actually complaining, most times it's beyond their welfare. Fine, that's part of it, but most times they are trying to talk about the system working properly so that they can produce good graduates. Right. So, and if most of these have been addressed, I think it's something that is worthy of applause. And we hope that it will be sustained. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Dr. Anyanwu, yes. And now, in closing, what's your word of encouragement to the VC, your friend, the Chief of Staff, and the new board? Yeah. For the Federal University?
The first thing, I have so many things to recommend to them, but the first thing they should do or implement or establish in that university is they have to establish a department called R&D. R&D is an instrument, research and development. It's a research and development. It's a department that will look at the ways of sustaining whatever dream the Nigeria has in establishing that university. It will also determine capacity development. That is the department that will say, yes, this course you are going to go and do with Canadian pure breeding in Canada is worthy of it. So research and R&D will develop so many concepts, so many policies. They will research on it and think of how to sustain the policy of the university. And I strongly recommend you to establish R&D.
We already have that.
Okay, we already have it. See, they have kickstarted it, and then the university should be successful 100%.
Yes.
I guarantee that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Because when I was interviewing the VC, I think he mentioned quite a lot on that. And I was like, did you start planning before you were? He said, no, yes, I've been preparing to be the VC even for the University of Port Harcourt. Yeah. And so he was already prepared and ready for this job. And he came in this direction. And we looked at it, so it's Uniport loss, right? And the gain of the Federal University of Technology, Environment and Technology.
Exactly.
So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us at the Black Community Canada Television, and we look forward to greater partnership, greater synergy, and we wish our nation, Nigeria, and Canada.
In conclusion, I'm beginning to think, because BCC Television is a wonderful station in Canada, the one I know I have tested, and I'm just beginning to think areas we can collaborate with BCC Television with the university. It's very important. We are collaborating. Canadian Pure Breed Institution is collaborating with BCC, and it has paid off. BCC has, and this crew have sacrificed for Canadian Pure Breed Institutions programs, as you can see, and we're looking for a way we can partner. The BCC should also try to look at a way they can also support the university. I think you have to communicate this to the Vice Chancellor, where BCC can support the university, because university is a new child now. They need support, and then that support we want to BCC should be able to recommend where they can support. Where do you think can support the university?
The question, I'm the one receiving the question now. All right, so I think we'll discuss that off camera, but BCCTV is willing,
yes.
Like we, in my chat with the VC, and the VC also is, he wants to see that happen. So we are also open to make sure that we can collaborate and see how we can bring certain things together and synergize into a few areas. And I believe that going further, within the next 1 year, that synergy will actually snowball into greater things, where we could be able to, be part of what is happening in the university and reporting them live here on a global stage and all that. So it's what BCCTV is also ready to be part of. So we are here to also be support and then also to partner with the Federal University. So thank you so much, gentlemen. God bless you.
Thank you.
You enjoy your stay, and we wish you Johnny Mercy back to Nigeria.
Thank you.
We can't wait to go back, because they have a whole lot of responsibility and trust bestowed on them to be able to perform.
We know.
Yes, they have full responsibility on them. So they need to return back.
Okay, thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, thank you. So that's our show for today. It's nice having you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for being part of this. God bless you.
If there is ever a third party that shows
The church